Today, it's all about the potential protocol. And I'm going to give you a little backstory on what that actually means and how I came about this framework, the potential protocol, which is a framework to prevent education burnout. Okay? There's an epidemic right now of educators who are calling it quits. And I know why. Now, before we even kind of dive into that, this is how serious it is. I was at 2, 3, 4 events this past that had to deal directly with education just this past couple months. And I heard from really great educators that they are willing to leave money on the table and retire early, which is crazy to think about, especially if you live in this country where we're like, yo, we want, we want it like money. It's capitalistic country. We need the dough. And so when I first heard this back in 2022 after the pandemic, I was talking to an educator and, just having lunch at a regular thing like this. And she had mentioned that this was her plan was work 5 more years, to get the maximum benefit of, I can't sit here and tell you guys I know exactly how your retirement stuff goes because I'm not in that space to be, knowledgeable of the inner workings of that. However, she was telling me this plan. Okay, if I work this much, then I get the max this and whatever that meant. All right. She's saying I get the most money possible. I'm willing to leave all that on the table and retire in 2. And I said, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And she gave me this sigh, right? It's just not worth it anymore. It's hard to do what I signed up to do. And so I asked her to explain.